So as I reported to you guys in a previous video, Dominique Alexander, the baby-beating activist that is representing Karmelo Anthony and his family, he put out a crazy video randomly. I would say for no reason, but I know what the reason is. He wants attention. I guess he felt like people weren't talking about him enough anymore. I guess he felt like people were kind of moving away from the Karmelo Anthony case, and he wasn't getting as much publicity as he was a couple of weeks ago. So he put out this delusional video reacting to the press conference that he had with Karmelo's family a couple of weeks ago. Now, if he put this video out the next day, it would still be stupid, but it would be understandable. The timing would be understandable at least. But he waited weeks to put out this video, right when I feel like the talk was dying down when it comes to the Karmelo Anthony case, right when the donations kind of stopped rolling in, okay? Karmelo's fundraiser, it's really slowed down a lot right now. So he put out this video sending shots at Austin Metcalf's dad for no reason. Weeks later, just drops a video to basically not only gain attention and I guess maybe try to get sympathy again, painting himself out to be a victim, but he just sends shots right at Austin Metcalf's dad for just no reason at all. This situation happened weeks ago. If you had something to say, you could have gotten it off your chest then, but no. He waited, dragged out, as Austin's family is still dealing with the torment of losing Austin. He just can't let the family be at peace. And by doing this, he knows what he's doing. He's drumming up a lot of hate once again to be aimed right at Austin's family. He's going and kicking the hornet's nest. He's shaking the beehive, trying to get people riled up again so they can attack Austin's family again. That's what he's trying to do. Because they still haven't gotten the reaction out of Austin's father that they want. Because Austin's father has been trying to be the nice guy. He's been trying to be the voice of reason. And it has not worked out for him. It has backfired majorly for him. And I think he's finding out the hard way. Just like a lot of you guys watching this video, you're still going to have to find out the hard way one day. I already found out. But he's finding out the hard way that there is no peace with certain portions of this community who are celebrating the death of your child, who will celebrate the death of any white child. There's no peace. There's no kumbaya moment with these people. And Jeff Metcalf is finding that out. And I think he's really starting to get fed up. And he actually left a comment under Dominique Alexander's video. And here's what he had to say. At least get your story factual. I was never asked to leave by anyone or refused to leave when asked. I only left peacefully after the first time I was asked to leave. You don't have the intestinal fortitude to even look me in the eye, but will gaslight me after I'm gone? Your rap sheet speaks volumes of your character. Who is the true victim here? My dead son? You are a race hustler looking for your 15 minutes of fame to plug your company on your infomercial called a press conference. You couldn't even pronounce his name correctly. You are a disgrace to the human race. And he is exactly right. You see, Jeff, I wish Jeff would have started saying stuff like this earlier on. And I think that if Jeff took a stronger approach to this situation, and I'm not here to criticize Jeff, but I think if he didn't immediately forgive and call like, hey, this isn't about race and doing all of that, then I feel like he wouldn't have gotten as much hate as he's gotten. The people that Jeff is dealing with here, they're irrational people. They don't care about your calls for peace. They don't care about you saying it's not about race. They'll look you in your face and say, yeah, it is about race. F you and F your dead son. That's basically what they've said this entire time. If Jeff took a different approach, I don't think that he would have gotten the hate that he's gotten. You see, what they viewed Jeff's kindness as weakness. That's what happened here. You know, there's a saying about, don't take my kindness for weakness. That's a saying for a reason, because often in life, people take kindness for weakness. The world isn't a field of rainbows and dandelions, folks. The world is a harsh place. It's a dog-eat-dog world. So when you take a soft approach to people like this, it's not helpful. It's only going to get you hurt. It's only going to get you harassed. It's only going to get you swatted in Jeff's case. But like he said, Dominique Alexander, that whole press conference that they had a couple of weeks ago, it was an infomercial where he literally stated the name of his organization like 1,000 times in the press conference, to the point that it was like, are we even talking about anything else? Why are we even here? You just keep repeating the name of your little fake organization. And this Dominique character, he's obviously trying to stir up trouble here. And if you know if you know his history, you know that he has a history of doing just that. He stirs up trouble. There were a few cops killed in a protest that he stirred up. He also stirred up a 2-year-old child and caused their brain to bleed and caused their retinals to hemorrhage out of their eyeballs. So this Dominique character, he is a very, very, very bad figure. And I'm still curious to know if the Karmelo Anthony family really realize what they're dealing with here, if they really understand what they're working with here. And I wonder how their lawyer feels about this. Because Karmelo Anthony's family, they're probably just ignorant, and they're going to ride with the fake black pastor nonsense. But I know their lawyer knows better. I wonder how the lawyer feels about this guy going out there and stirring up trouble surrounding this case. Does the lawyer think that it's going to help Karmelo? I mean, the only way they're going to get Karmelo off is if they use race to sway some black jurors. That's basically the only way they're going to get Karmelo off. And I think they know that. So I wonder if the lawyer that's representing the family, is he okay with taking that approach? Are you really going to try to win this legal battle? Or are you going to just allow these people to feed into the racial nonsense? But as I was explaining about Jeff, he found out the hard way, and he's still finding out that these people don't want to be your friends, Jeff. They don't want to be your friend. They want to destroy you. They want to destroy your other son. They're on the internet all day, fantasizing, talking about, making fake stories about how they're going to do this to your other son. So, I'm hoping that Jeff understands now the type of people we're dealing with, but I hope he also is still going to restrain himself here, because they're trying to push Jeff over the edge. And I've been telling you guys this for weeks. And I think this latest video that Dominique dropped, it really confirms it for me. I've been telling you that I think there is a massive attempt here. I think there is an attempt here to push Jeff over the edge, so Jeff does something crazy, and then they change the whole narrative of this story to being about, oh, look, Austin Metcalf's dad did this, did that. I really think that's what they're trying to do. They're attempting to do so. The 4 swattings, the nonstop harassment online, and now releasing this video weeks later just to take more jabs at a father that is still trying to get over the murder of his son, it lets you know that they are fully a concerted effort to push Jeff over the edge. And Dominique and his little activist little group, they're behind that effort. Make no mistake about it. I fully believe that they are involved, if not just fully behind the effort to push Jeff over the edge. Because they want trouble. They want problems. They don't care about Karmelo. You guys got to understand, Carmelo Anthony is in the back of Dominique's mind, okay? Like I've said before, Carmelo's the afterthought here. What they want to do is they want to stir up trouble, get more attention, more publicity, stir up more racial division, because that's the only way they thrive. People like Dominique and these fake black activists, the only reason they exist is because they stir up racial problems and then say, hey, look, racism's alive, all these bad white people, please donate to us, please view us as a victim. That's the only way these groups exist. So they gotta stir up racial hatred. They're trying to push white people, they're trying to push Jeff over the edge, so then they can point and say, see, look at all the racism we're experiencing, the racism that we caused by doing all of this crazy nonsense and carrying ourselves this way and acting this way and mocking people after their kids get killed. So, as I explained weeks ago, they were throwing rocks and then they tried to hide their hands for a couple of weeks waiting for a reaction. A reaction never came. Jeff never reacted. No one in support of Austin overreacted. We had that little protest. Nothing crazy happened. So now they're no longer hiding their hands anymore. They hid their hands for a couple of weeks after that press conference. Now they're back to throwing rocks. Okay? Now Dominique and the activist group, they're back to throwing rocks. They hid their hands, hoping something bad would happen. Nothing happened. Now they're throwing more rocks. And once again, they're going to hide their hands soon and hope that something bad happens. That's how these people operate, and they've done it before. But with that being said, you guys let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.